For some reason, I am not picking anything up in my audio feed. That's concerning, but not completely. I don't know why my computer decides to make the default nothing.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Mine does it every day.
I know, isn't it the most ridiculous thing? Like, default, output, nothing. Really? Okay.
I think they figured it out. Click the same one.
At least I figured it out before anything major happened. That would have been concerning. Properties. There we go. Nope. There we go. Logitech. Done. Okay, where was I? As the team ventures forwards into their new step and path of their adventure, instead they decided to wait 3 days and consult whether or not to take the job. So, during that time, you guys have time to study, to learn, to do whatever you want. Right now, one of you is maybe becoming a little evil, but more on that maybe later. And the rest of the group did venture out and hang out with Quinn, while Nara, Tempest, Becky, and no, technically Dan wasn't there, and another were talking about camaraderie, potential love interest, and then just hassling Nara for the rest of that session. Eventually coming back to have a few drinks with Quinn as Dan and Maka were. It was told to you that if you wanted to learn a few things here and there, you can go to the school, Magic and Wizardry. But since you never got your cards, there's always the summer camp school that he has to take the Princess of the Kingdom to tomorrow. So during that time of relaxation and maybe breaking into the back kitchen of this bar, that is where we last left off. What are you guys doing in the back kitchen, by the way?
Oh, I'd
I'm
like to
following
investigate
Becky.
this floor.
Right.
It looks like there's hidden treasures, so I want to start digging.
Okay. As Tempest and Becky head towards the back, maybe following Dan, you see a waitress come over and then looks towards you, Dan, as you have a shovel and you're like picking out a few boxes to move out of the way. Sir, can I help you with something? You're not supposed to be back here.
You're not supposed to be back here.
I'm kind of working right now, so yes, I am.
Oh, I'm fixing the floor by getting rid of it.
That's not how you fix a floor, sir. Dan, go ahead and roll deception with disadvantage, because that's not how you fix a floor. Unless there's actual visible damage, which there's not. 14. That's pretty good, technically, still. Looking at that, she goes, can I see your permits, then?
I'm half fish. I don't have permits.
That's not how the economy works, sir.
Well, I guess I'll have to come back later. Let me just put the boxes back.
Okay, we don't. I mean, no offense, sir. You're more than fair to be half fish, half human. It's just we don't want to get sued.
Oh, yes. What if my family was accidentally buried there and I need to save them?
Deception, disadvantage. Because you're making it worse. Okay.
Chance it works out.
10. She doesn't believe that. She thinks you're joking, so she does a small little snort to it.
Gotcha.
Sir, another time, please.
Yes, I'll be back later.
I don't want to lose your job or my job. Becky and Tempest, what are you guys doing?
I was just curious that this guy looked like a cow.
Looking at the man that you believe is a cow, this is a, let's see here, a minotaur man. He has like the horns of a bull with the body of a wrestler, like WWE wrestler, like very massive pecs, very built, but he's apparently the chef. He is standing at a whopping 7 feet tall, so looking at you, he does state, can I help you, miss? And then looks towards Dan. Is he with you?
Dan Dan is not with me. I was curious. Is this cheese made locally?
Yes. We locally get all of our dairy products here.
From?
The farm, like a few miles out.
Is it from cow people?
No, from cows.
What's the difference?
They don't have sentience.
If
You know how like
One
Dan is a
cow-
fish person, but like other fish are not like Dan, that kind of thing.
No, there were a few.
well,
There were
I'm
a few.
curious.
But in the whole, they're not like
Since-
Dan.
Not very educated.
It's quite all right.
If a cow person were to fall in love with a normal cow, what happens?
What do you mean by that?
That's a good question. Can cows and cow people interbreed? Does that happen?
No.
Was your
at
mom
least
a cow?
rude?
Are they-
No, it's not biologically possible.
I'm sorry if this is rude. I have many cow friends, but it's just a little odd that you're surrounded by so much cheese.
All right. I am the chef here.
Well, your food looks wonderful. I'm gonna go.
Take care. Miss. Looks towards Tempest. Miss. Looks towards Dan. Do you mind taking him with you? It looks like he's about to jump out of the window.
That's what I'm thinking about.
Come on, Dan.
I drag
Stop.
Dan.
Oh.
Flippers.
Don't do it, Dan. You'll splat.
You're on the first floor.
I'm gonna
You'll
do it.
still
Don't
splat.
tell
He's
me
real
I
squishy.
can't.
Other than maybe harassing the Minotaur chef, Dan just jumps out the window and like falls 3 feet down. He's fine unless he's very bad at jumping.
Good. Outside.
You're fine. Eventually you find your way somewhere. But eventually your team does reconvene back at the start of things. After acquiring a long rest, after finding a good place to sleep, because you have a few places you can go to sleep. You found a bar here, so you can easily get a room to the second floor. Honestly, if you do, Quinn will pay for you. It's his treat. He brought you all here.
Aw, thanks, Quinn.
No problem.
Mhm.
Yeah. More than likely, you'll likely spend your night here. Dan probably falls. If he doesn't make a mud puddle, there's probably a mud puddle there somewhere. Making sure his skin is watery and nice. And your team eventually sets for a good night's sleep. Following the next day. Your team likely convenes at the... Where would you? You know what? I'm just going to have Ray come to you, because it's easier this way.
Yeah.
Where are you, Ray? You're at the chapel. That is the wrong map. That is the wrong city. Where am I?
I went to a different city. I'm the protagonist.
Yeah.
Protagonist?
I'm the protagonist.
If you're the protagonist, then why is the camera focused on all of us here?
Yes.
And focus. Oops, wrong account. And focus. Eventually, Ray, the air quotes protagonist out of Sims, does make their way inside the bar where the rest of 5 out of 6 protagonists remain. Wait, where did Dan go? Dan, are you in the brewery cellar?
Yeah, I just saw a treasure chest on my way out of the cheese cellar.
More on that later. Eventually, you guys do wake up. There's like a whole bunch of people currently inside of the... It's not really a cellar, it's like the side room. Dan, what are you doing before they catch up to you?
Oh, I was looking at this box.
Looking at the box, you can tell it's more like gold leaf filigree rather than made out of pure gold itself, but it does stand out. It doesn't have a latch on it, but it is closed. Do you remove... well, it doesn't have a latch lock. It does have a latch. It's just currently closed. Do you open it, I guess?
Hard question. No, I'd like to throw it against the wall and have the wall open it.
So you're just going to vandalize the area?
I'm
You
gonna
can say
vandalize
yes.
the box. Yes.
Okay.
I'm vandalizing the box.
Grabbing it... How strong are you?
Not very strong.
Grabbing it and then go ahead and roll athletics.
Well, this will be disappointing.
Yeah. Just goes 2 feet.
Got a 1 in
Ooh.
athletics.
That's not bad. Grabbing it and then just
19 and a
slightly
20.
tossing it, you are able to jettison for it to hit the wall. It does hit it and then eventually just flings open. You threw it with enough force to actually pop it open, and inside seems to be a whole bunch of grains. It looks like wheat or rice flour. You're not entirely sure, but looking at it, it definitely looks yellow, as if it's mixed in with a whole bunch of other things. This is likely some type of meal to make bread, and they kept it in the chest to make sure no one or no air was really messing with it.
no.
It's yeast. I just remembered.
Oh,
I
jeez.
didn't plan on Dan.
Extremely expensive, powerful yeast.
Actually, it is expensive, but it's not powerful. Well, depends on what you make. But eventually people do catch up to you. Sir, wait. Aren't you the plumber that came in yesterday?
If you feel upset, just take me back to my house.
I don't know where you live.
The jail.
Sir, do you mind, like, leaving this room?
I will leave the room. If
Thank
need
you.
be, I can go home. There's
Okay.
another box just like it out here, huh? Wow, that was a disappointment.
The woman that's behind the counter goes, "How do you keep getting back there?"
I just walk back there.
In the meantime, they will take care of the mess you made. But joining together, maybe Ray later on. Quinn then states, "All right then. The ladies' morning sessions will take part in. Well, they're already going now, but in like 10 minutes they'll be set and ready, and I'll go get them. If you need anything else to do, like in town, if you have something else to do, you can go ahead and do it beforehand. Before we head over towards the magic school, magic summer school, technically. It's a branch off of the main system."
Nice. I haven't been doing this, but to use my spells, I need certain things. I would like to buy all those things, but I could do that without actually going to a shop.
You go, you buy the small little knickknacks and paddywhacks and maybe the dog bone here, and grab your stuff and come back easily just fine.
Also, Ray would have stayed up pretty late last night reading Tim's book.
Oh yeah, it is open.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because Ray would have read that before going to the Magic College.
That makes sense. I
Which
want
college?
you to go ahead and roll insight. Because you can read it just fine. It's just how it's worded and everything else might be a little difficult.
Yeah, Ray's not really good when it comes to anything. So. Insight.
It's not bad.
But good with this book.
Hmm. That is pretty good, honestly. Tim notes. Tim journal underneath the bed. Okay. Examining the book and looking around it, you first see any traps. The hint was traps, so obviously there might be more traps. Eventually, you found no other traps. Honestly, it was just a very nicely locked book. Opening it up, it does seem to be like cataloged events of prior history and knowledge, basically going around town and doing things here and there. It gets kind of boring, but the mundane things seem to almost trail in with one another. It's like he went to a place, visited someone, made friends with them, didn't make friends with other people. It's almost like a actual journal. Until you get into the more, it doesn't get any deeper than that. Until you read between the lines, it's not like he's writing it in a different way, but he's definitely has an implication towards every small thing he writes inside of it. So eventually, when you figure out the type of pattern, it reads a little bit more sinister. Let's see, 21. This is what you get. Okay. So when looking at the journal, it does read like common day place things, and then when you figure out the way he's writing it, it does read. Well, I'm just gonna go to the part where it involves you and the town. Well, maybe a little bit before that. As going through my days and going through everything else, it does seem that, well, more or less, everyone seems to be in the same exact jovial mood. It's not that it's concerning, but over the course of time, it is exhausting. Using the face that I have been given and everything else is going fruitfully, but this is you interpreting his thoughts, by the way. It's not the way it's written. But it is exhausting. Nevertheless, though, my job here as a secondary agent and a spy is proving quite useful. I took on this form because I found someone interesting, and I wanted to see how they would react. They do seem to be someone easily manipulated, and perhaps someone that could be used as an avatar. But I'll let the higher-ups worry about that now. First, I have to find a way to get hired. I'll probably impress the king or something. He usually likes to help people in need. I don't know, maybe I'll become a vagabond and ask for some type of thing with the church. The next following notes then continues on. Well, managed to do that just fine. It's not like they saw through anything. In fact, I figured out a way to get into their group without really being noticed. Although I did need to get too close to the fiery one, but overall that's not really a problem. Still though, progress. The only problem I have though is that one at the church already. She's too nice. I see no malice in between the lines. No destructive force, no... nothing. I don't like that. She makes me feel different, makes me feel dirty. As if all this spying and killing is wrong. We should leave as soon as possible. Then, following a few respites of not really anything, it does follow after he basically leaves your group. Well, they managed to get the door closed to a degree, but over the course of time, they did give away the item, but that's not really an issue. Although it did look... No. Technically, they lost the item. And it did look like they had no real team work to be desired. Still, though, all of them could be used in according to their own degrees, and if I am correct on the one we're seeking out, they seem to be more and more inclined to a darker path, which could be useful. If they are the one that could be used as a vessel, well, who am I to judge what the higher-ups want? They do have energy given to them by the gods, and, well, whether they like it or not, they do seem to be fitting the mold just fine. Later on the line is when you intercepted it, so there really isn't too much more after that you can understand. There is double talk and double speech between those parts, but you weren't really connected with those, so it doesn't really make sense to you. You do feel and hear some parts about, like, the plans coming in order. I found a few other people that can help out. I'm going to send them to you guys now. So far, the king is currently working on making sure that the transfer of power for their eldest son goes fruitfully. However, this is their current whereabouts. Make sure that you have a tether on them in case they can be used for our own purposes. And then something about a crimson order. And that's all you got.
Oh, Becky, did you know that? Do you remember Tim?
Who?
You remember Tim, the fiery one?
The one that was blue?
Yes. Did you know that he thought that you could be easily manipulated? I mean, I don't disagree with him, but I read it in his journal.
He said I could be easily manipulated?
Yeah, he could be like an avatar for something.
And you don't agree with him?
No, I do. I do.
Oh, I do too then.
That's why I immediately thought of you when he was talking about it.
Oh, yes. Well, I don't think I'm easily manipulated.
Well, I mean, like, let's.
Do
put it
you
this
think
way.
I might
Would
be
you-
easily manipulated?
Well, let's put
I
it
don't
this
think
way.
that, Becky. I definitely don't.
Well,
Oh,
okay,
then I
let's-
don't either.
Let's run a hypothetical. Becky, would you kill everyone in this bar for an infinite amount of money?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
Ouch.
I don't get it though. There's just no way. I control my own destiny, and no one's ever. I've never looked up to any person or the man.
Obvious.
I'm from the streets. I live my own life.
Would you not live your life the way you want to for an infinite amount of money?
Well, I mean, it depends.
Okay, I'm gonna. Anyways,
Wait,
I heard there was a.
wait,
What? What is it?
wait. Can I have $1?
Why?
I'm just curious. Could I?
I think that's maybe not the best way to figure out if she's easily manipulated. We gotta make her think that there's money somewhere, but really there isn't.
There's money somewhere?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a
I'd like to
bar.
Wanna
check
go?
this-
Chest.
Obviously,
All these gold chests are full of money.
Oh, really?
I mean, gold chests
Yeah, I
are
just
normally
couldn't
filled
find
with
it.
money.
I would like to slide a hand that gold chest.
There's like no way of not being seen. You're like basically
then I'm not gonna
leaning
do it.
over. And Becky's pretty tall. I'm gonna say you can, but it's gonna be hard. Not
Okay, I'm not
impossible,
gonna
but
do
it's
it.
gonna be harder.
I've decided not to do it. Well, I mean, Tim is also gone, so I think I manipulated him to leave.
Oh, well,
So-
he was at the church. He just left last night.
The church? Oh, that one? Ooh, I got a lot of money from the church.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I held out a bucket and said it was donations.
Wait, no, we didn't actually get it, did we?
I did,
We
but
were
I...
gonna, but then we came here.
Well, okay.
Well,
I was
mean,
trying to sound cooler, Tempest. You're new to the squad, but you need to
Oh, I'm
understand
sorry.
that I'm trying to build up,
Oh.
as the leader of this group, I have
Oh.
to show them a sort of, leadership quality that others do not possess.
Like,
Like
being
Mainly.
robbing
valuable.
a church.
Mainly human. Human Dan.
I'm malleable. Look how far I could bend my flippers. Bends them all the way back.
He bends his elbows backwards.
You're also very squishy.
Very
Ray-
squishy.
slowly reaches for the cat to pet it.
The cat
Oh,
doesn't
wait. I just had a
Yes?
thought.
Yes.
There was something about me becoming stronger.
Physically, or
Well, something about me being a vessel to become stronger to, I don't know.
I mean, it does sound like Tim's words of you being easily manipulated into becoming an avatar.
I'm
How,
okay
how
with
well
that.
does Tim know you, though, Becky?
He doesn't know me at all, but he's giving me
See, that
things.
seems
so-
weird. Why would he be writing about her?
I don't know.
Maybe it's someone else.
I just feel it is a good opportunity that doesn't come across often. and
just
could lead
realized-
to...
Where did you
good
get this idea that it's
activities.
Becky? Like, maybe we can help.
It's not me.
You don't know.
Well, I'm done.
I just found a new way to move, and it's very entertaining.
Oh.
Quinn just looks at you. All right.
Are you
Sorry,
using
I
your
just-
arrows? Is that what's
Yeah,
happening?
I was using the arrow keys, and then I actually hit one, and I started to move, and I was like, I didn't know that.
The frustrating part is though that you have to have your character selected. So like if you're using something else like chat, you can't keep it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm confused. This is how I've always moved. Is there a different way?
No, I've always moved.
I always drag my character.
Yeah, you can drag.
Anyways,
One way or the other.
so I do want to go to this location. I heard also from Tim
Hell.
that I can learn a lot of new healing magic.
I mean, there's a variety of things you can learn there. If you're all ready to go, I'll go get the mistress. I'm sure she's more
I'm
than
ready.
willing to like drop the last class. It's biological phenomenon based off of Curism and interjectures. I think it's called biology.
Sounds fake, but
Wow.
okay.
Oh, but Becky,
Yeah, sounds fake.
hear this. So Tim was talking to me, and you know how I'm pretty bad at the whole healing thing. At least when
Yes,
it
you're
comes to
pretty evil.
magic. Wait, what?
What?
Well, it turns out that you can actually heal people, even if it's too late.
Why?
Like bring them back to life and stuff like that. So even if they do die, I can still heal them. So I can try to heal them, and if I fail, because that's what I've been doing, I can bring them back. So you can
Why,
smash
though?
them all you want.
But what if you fail to bring them back?
That's it. I won't fail to bring. I mean, it's like a 50-50 shot to heal them, and then a 50-50 shot to bring them back. So I mean,
So a 25% shot that you do both.
no, I just need to do one of them. Like a 75%.
Wait,
No.
question. Why are you so shady now? Like, I get
Yeah.
this feeling that
What do you mean?
you're
I-
very shady.
I found a way so I have a backup if I can't heal them in time.
You seem very focused on people dying.
No. I'm focused on people living. I want them to keep living. So even if they die, I have a way to make them not dead.
You
Oh,
also
see,
seem
that
very
makes sense to
focused
me.
on changing the cosmic order without really consulting anyone else.
Oh no. Like I mean, Becky, if you were killed, would you want me to bring you back?
I don't know, would I?
I don't know. We can try it.
You've seen
And I
Ray
slowly pull
heal
out
people
a
before,
really
Ben.
Ray,
sharp
I think you're
dagger.
part of a cult.
No. I don't think that's possible. I can't die.
Ray, I think you're part of a cult.
No. Of course I'm not a
Yeah,
cult.
no, I'm pretty sure it's a cult.
No,
I've seen a bunch
no.
of cults, and this has real cult vibes.
No. Healing is not a cult. Healing.
No,
people,
healing's not a cult, but the church that you're part of is a cult.
I'm
It's a
not
cult.
part of any church. I hate the gods.
Technically, you
I
are
know.
part of the church. Just doesn't mean you believe in it. You're
I
just
don't believe.
part of it.
Okay, I guess. Well, I was only there to heal people.
Yeah.
But
actually
Father
take
Bright,
part in the
you're
church.
you're in league with Father Bright, and he's totally a cult leader.
Oh well.
He's a little
He's
nuts.
a creepy dude.
Well, he's
He's not
bringing-
cool.
I'm gonna say Micah says super hot though. Just I'm gonna see if I can make a Transylvanian. Super hot though. Just not exactly the right person for you, Miss Ray. I have no idea where I was going with that
Pretty good.
voice.
Well, again, I don't really care for him. I just think that I kind of always wanted a actual god.
I don't know. He seemed very persuasive to me.
Yeah, I mean he
seems
seems
very creepy
very
to
nice.
me. No, he
I mean,
seems
has
creepy.
he done anything wrong to you?
Nope.
He was giving me some vibes when we were alone
I
before
know.
we got you guys out of jail. Yeah,
Micah
no
raises
creepy.
an eyebrow, wiggles them.
mean-
Vibes, eh?
Yeah, those kind of vibes, but not in a good way.
Forster, are you?
Forster.
Forsta.
Oh God, I forgot.
Micah goes on a monologue, asking about where Vorster went. 10 minutes later, after you remind Micah that they left on a mission for, you honestly don't know where. Apparently, saving some cosmic entity. No, saving a princess from a cosmic entity. You actually don't have details on it. Only Vorster did.
Tempest.
So,
I-
Ray,
are
you know that...
new to this
Sorry.
whole relationship? That maybe he's new because he's a priest, and
Sorry, what relationship? What?
I'm talking about your bad vibes. Maybe he's just not good at talking to women.
That's fine. It was still creepy.
Well, I mean, yes, but what if it was only creepy because he was nervous and he didn't know how to talk properly?
Doesn't matter because I'm not interested.
Micah just looks
Okay.
towards you, Ray. There's no need to give someone creepy an excuse to be creepy.
I'm just saying
can
that maybe
just
he
be
wasn't creepy because
super
he was in a.
creepy.
But maybe he wasn't being creepy because he was in a church. I mean, a cult. Because maybe he was just
He was...
generally creepy.
Okay. But hey, going back to the, gods thing, you know that you can get power for yourself, right? Like this healing magic, it doesn't have to be from a god.
Yes, but guess what? My power, even at my fullest capacity, will never be that of a god.
No, but you can still make yourself the best you can.
Quinn at this point has arrived, and during this conversation does come in and states, Tempest does have and raise a good point. No offense to you, Ray, but overall, you can just grow as strong as you want to and need to. You don't have to, be a god to help people.
And did you know that there are people in this world who don't care for the gods at all, but they don't, do anything about it? They just live their lives? Crazy, right?
What's a god?
I mean, that is crazy. Because,
But they do it every day, and they're happy.
But you look at a broken system every single day, and then you just never think to fix it?
Oh, no, I fix it every day, but I don't fix it for other people, I fix it for myself.
I like that.
Yes, well, I plan to fix it for the gods.
No, that's not what I mean.
Sounds kind of culty to me.
Yeah, sounds kind of culty.
You won't know until you're faced with a god that actually uses power.
I'd rather not be face to face with a god at all.
And don't worry, one day you will, and you'll know. You'll know.
No, it sounds pretty culty.
A little bit. Anyways, looks towards you and then looks towards his group that he brought in. I present to you Princess Ava and her companions. Goes over a couple people. This one's Val, name, and this one's Stem. Dan,
Yes.
why are you?
There's three of us that are the same. I'm just blending in.
Ava chuckles and looks towards you. Oh yes, my friend Juan.
Yes.
Like
Juan.
Gets her right arm over your shoulder, oh buddy. Yes, Juan here. Really good with the looks you up and down.
With Hawans.
Fire magic.
Magic Hawans.
Juan, where's your wife?
Where's my Juan?
Your wife.
Immediately,
Your wife?
Ava
Met your
backs
wife.
up, puts her hand
last
away.
night.
Oh, I was just messing around. No offense. If you're married, good for you. I honestly don't know who is. I was honestly just going with the joke. Quinn chuckles. This one's Dan. He somehow gets everywhere. Don't really know how. And then he goes
Fast.
one by one with the rest of the group. Pleasure to meet you all.
Hi. I'm Tempest.
pleasure,
Hi.
Pleasure to meet you.
Hi.
Ava. Michael probably said something,
I
and I said
heard.
something.
Yeah.
People.
Sorry. New to talking with people outside of class. More or less an introvert. I heard that you would be coming along with my classmates and I.
Yeah, we're interested in learning some things.
That would explain why you want to go to the summer vocational school.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Since you
Yes.
are going with us, I don't think you need to pay the scholarly fee, so you should be fine. If you're all ready to go, we do have a class we need to get to in the evening. Otherwise, you can meet us there, I guess.
Oh no, we're ready. We'll come. We're ready.
All right. Ava states. So you guys heading there now?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna move you guys so I can copy and paste all of you. And copy and moving over to the next map. It does take a while to get there, but not forever, thankfully. But eventually you do arrive to the area that is known as the... It's honestly a vocational school. There's really no two ways around it. It's quite literally the magic vocational school for the gifted arts. This is not the primary school for the whole magic academy of this kingdom, but it's like a summer thing you can do if, like... I don't want to say it this way, I'm going to say it this way. If you don't want to be home but have nothing better to do.
I
But
get it.
by the way Ava was speaking, mainly people that are able to pay for this type of thing would be the only ones able to go there. The normal school itself, as long as you have good or decent natural talent, they would probably pay for you. But this is an extra thing. But coming here, she does state, all right, me and my classmates are heading towards the druid classes. You're more than welcome to roam around and see if there's anything that catches your eye, but if you want to go learn about the druidic arts and how to create potions, that's where we're going.
Yes. Wow, I am.
Remind me again.
surprisingly
What did we come here to
druidic.
learn?
I don't know. I honestly just
No,
met
I'm
you a
asking
few hours ago.
my teammates. Oh, and it's been a really great pleasure. Mm-hmm.
Likewise. You can tell she doesn't speak with a lot of people. Like, she's very introverted. Like, she's nice. Tried to make
Tempest
buddy
is
buddy.
very like plushy.
Yeah, she tried to make buddy buddy with Dan like immediately. But when Ray said, "Hey Dan, where's your wife?" I immediately like backed up. Like, oh, I might have crossed the line here. So yeah, a little awkward, but overall nice person.
Hmm.
But if you decide to follow her, she'll show you where the druid class is.
We were gonna go to the library, right?
Maybe. Yeah. Hey, Tempest.
did-
You know
where
how
did
cool I
everyone
am?
What?
Do you know how cool I am?
Yeah, I do.
Well, watch this. I chunk my sword, and try to hit this, but they all look like one to me.
Whoa, that's far. You're
Which one of the
gonna
rooms
hit
do
that?
they go into that we can't see because it's blacked off? Or
Uh,
from our end?
I am just going to back them up then.
Hey, I'm good. I got rock like just in case.
Here.
Ava.
Yes.
This is the druid class?
Yes.
I'm looking for something a little bit more specific. I'm looking for where to learn some healing magic, but after death healing magic.
Oh, necromancy. That's
Yes.
2 doors to the north.
Oh, okay. On the right or the left?
Left?
You learn necromancy at summer camp?
You can.
What happens if I died more than 5 times? Does necromancy help with that?
Potentially.
necromancy?
The way it's theorized that if you die more than what's naturally viable to someone that comes back to life and then dies and back to life, It's theorized that something comes back with the spirit that is now inhabiting their former body. In a way, they are being haunted by the dead. I don't know too
My
much
family.
about this, as
That's
it's
very.
never happened to
Oh, it's
me.
fine. That's all I need to know. That's comforting.
Or oh, okay.
I can bring my dead family back alive by dying.
Okay.
I've learned a lot from this school. I've completed my studies. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Going back to the area where you guys are at, Quinn then states, after asking, "Remind me why we're here again." From what I can remember, you guys just wanted to train, acquire new skills, and maybe have this one points towards Micah, learn how to cast magic.
Do magic, yes.
I can
have
take you
learned
to the
my magic.
library, but it'd be harder. But potentially, you'd be able to learn specific things. If you go and like study for today, you'll likely learn something over the course of what they're teaching. But if it's not something you would want to learn, well, I suppose the library would be the better option. If you know.
I feel like we came
what you're
to
up to.
research something. Were we looking for the person that they're trying to bring back? Was that it?
It's possible.
Like their identity?
I honestly have no idea. Quinn doesn't have any idea. In fact,
I'm
he told
asking
you-
out of game. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's fine. Yes, you can also use the library to research things. That was one of the things you guys decided to look for, but it was never really clear if you wanted to do that specifically.
Or Becky, if you want to get lunch or something, we could do that.
I am ready to kill lunch.
I think that you would slay lunch.
I turn you down.
What?
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. No, it's fine. I just thought it would be fun, Like,
Oh, well,
we're
maybe.
the only two girls here right now, so I thought it would be nice.
Ooh,
Okay,
yes,
that's fine.
I would get lunch with you if you paid.
Oh, I'll pay. That's fine, yeah.
Oh, okay, then I accept.
Great.
But first, I'm gonna go into the library, a place I've never been.
I will go to the library as well.
I'll go to the
Okay,
library as well.
it's a different map. So,
Is this the library?
no, a library is a separate building.
Ooh, what is this?
Fine,
I'd like to
go
inspect
in
this
here.
statue.
Okay. You guys head in and find a statue. Dan goes somewhere else, and I don't see where Tempest went. Oh, ironically enough, Tempest never went inside. Becky, you find a statue. Tempest, you find Becky finding a statue. And Dan did not go through the door. I think he went through a window, which is fair for Dan. So I'm just going to do Dan first, then Ray, then Becky and Tempest at a library.
You can do Tempest and Becky first because I'm finishing up dinner real fast.
I'm going to do Dan first.
Wow.
Dan, you bust through a window. It wasn't locked,
Wow.
but you just bust through it. Stepping inside, you do hear a few people like commotioning and then going towards the practitioners or teachers. Sir, are you sure we should be doing this? Come now. And then I guess Dan is just floating through the water. Looks
Mom?
towards the man to the south. Just looks towards you. Can we help you, son? And
Oh no.
the person you called mom is a guy, which is not your mom, one thing, and another is the teacher. So looking towards you then states, "No, I've had many sons, but you are not one of them. No offense, kid. I mean, sure, you're a merfolk like myself, but you're not exactly my kin.
We're like.
Are you there for study hall or something? Right now, we're teaching kids how to perform water magic."
Oh, water magic. I can perform water magic.
All right, you sure you should be here?
Should I not be here?
Up to you. I mean, we're teaching them. If you want to learn, then I suppose you're more than welcome to.
I will learn if you will teach me how to be necromancy.
That's the classroom next door, kid.
They teach you how to be necromancy?
They teach you necromancy.
I don't want
Stop.
to use necromancy. I want to be necromancy.
Look, all I'm telling you is
I
we're
gotta
working
save-
with a element of water.
I gotta save you! I guess you're here, but the rest of my family. That's
Look.
fine. I'll stick around and learn water magic. I'll take my place. These people look like me a lot. We kind of tilt the same direction. Slightly right head nod.
Oh no.
A random student's just looking at you, bewildered at the random person that just climbed into the classroom and then just swam around. Right then. Walt then looks towards the class as well as you, Dan. Alright then. Simple enough trick is how to perform water magic and the properties of there and how to use water magic itself. What you want to do is make sure that your lungs transmutate and create a type of enchantment-based property upon your body. Therefore, you're able to then absorb the elements itself of water and able to transmute it and breathe into it. That's the easiest and foundation of how to use water magic itself, as it becomes a part of you. Do you follow all that? If not, that's perfectly fine. That's why you're here and studying to begin with. The first thing you want to do is focus in on yourself and then hone in on the water around you. The first thing I want all of you students to do is perform an intelligence check and whirl the water around you. You don't want to really do anything, you just simply want to create a pool of water wrapping around and underneath you.
Check. How do I perform an intelligence check?
You just click on... there are skills. There's strength, dexterity, constitution. You just click on the intelligence.
Oh, a save?
It's not a save,
I'm
but
perfect.
I think if you don't have proficiency in it, you can just use your save, and you don't, so it will work just fine. Looking at the water and wrapping around it, you're used to things. You've seen how to do things here and there. You've definitely, well, you definitely breathed water before. You definitely know how to do things here and there. So that's not really an issue. Breathing water, making tide pools, you've got this. So the water around you begins to overlap and begins to make more of a vortex type of thing. It's not so deep. If someone falls in, you die. But it is more of a maelstrom rather than a trickling pool. Afterwards, you're basically just... I'm going to say the kids, technically not kids, they're college students, have disadvantage because they're near that thing. And the others do just fine. Bon and Watt go, not bad, kid. A little too much, but not bad altogether. The rest of you did pretty okay. I look towards the farthest kid at the south. Maybe try fire, or maybe try fighting. It's the classroom to the right. But above all, you've been doing pretty well. All right, the first trick we're going to try to teach the rest of you, you can try to learn if you want. Looks towards Dan this time. But I don't know how much practical knowledge you have. Is the process...
I am water, yes.
It is the process known as water walking. The way to do that is to make sure your soles of your feet are so buoyant that it simply removes itself from sinking into the ground, or in this case, water. The riptide effect is what you want to do and how you want to hone magic on the soles of your feet. This time, I want you to go ahead and roll Arcana, all of you students, and see if you're able to imbibe the water and fuse it down into your souls.
I shall walk inside of the water.
All right. Dan does so. He thinks. The rest of the students, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, do it as well. Then Watt states, all right then. Students, go ahead and step on the water. If it works, then you did just fine. If it doesn't, you'll be sinking down. And it's only 10 feet deep, so you should be fine. Dan immediately plummets down. So do like half the other students, except for randomly that one kid that failed. He succeeded just fine and is able to get to the other side. Watt then states, not bad. The rest of you, good first try. Good first try. Even you, Fishman.
Thanks, Fish Mom.
Not your mom, kid. But then looks towards the only person that passed. Not exactly a natural gift for you, but you were able to adapt just fine. And the rest of you students try to figure this out before lunchtime. Dan, unless you want to try again, you'd have to stay here. If not, you can roam around. But we're moving over to Tempest and Becky.
I will stay here and work in water walking.
Okay. Becky, Tempest, you arrive at the entrance and find the statue. Becky, you do see that the entire statue is made out of marble. It would be expensive if you could sell it. It's so dang heavy that you probably can't lift it. Unless, like, 5 of you, like, pick it up and then just walk away with it.
I would like to attempt to pick it up.
Roll athletics. Oh, damn. You're able to pick it up like 3 inches into the air, but it's like you're a max capacity weight. You're not able to move with it anywhere, but you are able to pick it up in your arms. It's super heavy, though. It's like the first time when you're a kid, you like look at the bag potatoes and you think, oh yeah, we need these. We eat these all the time. And you pick it up, and as a kid, you don't realize that a bag of potatoes, if it's the big bag, weigh 50 pounds. Not 50. That's an entire case. Weigh like 10 pounds. And you, as a 5-year-old, don't usually lift things.
I would like to, 1, brag about how strong I am, and then 2, talk about how it's not that expensive. But 3, and most importantly, I'd like to also try to bend down and see if there's any coins that spilled underneath it.
Roll a d20. You find like, this is a kind of rich school technically. You find like 2 gold pieces, and 5 silver.
Nice. I slammed the statue back down, but just slightly off center.
All right. While they were walking away, Micah is being shown to a classroom that Quinn is taking them to. If you want to follow them, you can, but you don't have to. In the meantime, after Becky deadlifts, like, I want to say like 600 pounds, because statues are heavy, man. Tempest, what are you doing?
I'm staring in awe at Becky's strength.
Why don't you show me your muscles and show me how you would pick up this statue?
Oh, I'm like almost literally made of air, so I don't really have much muscle.
Becky is disgusted by the reply.
Maybe there's some other quality that you find attractive besides strength?
I find strength attractive.
But
Did you
any other
mention
qualities, maybe?
Maybe power?
Oh, I'm pretty powerful, yeah.
Oh. Well, how about,
Just not strong, per se.
Ooh, what's the difference?
Well, my power lies in things other than my strengths, like my dexterity, or, you know, sometimes magic.
I'm pretty magical. I have pretty strong affinity to magic.
Do you? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What? Show me.
I attempted to lift the statue again.
You were able to do it before, so I don't see a reason why you couldn't. It's a little more exhausting because you quite literally deadlifted 500 pounds. You do it again. It's like 2.5 inches in the air now. You're still able to do it, but each time you do it, it is taxing.
See, that is magic hovering spell.
Oh, you mean like
made
this,
this-
and I cast levitate.
How much can levitate carry?
Oh, I'm just doing it on myself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're just floating in the air like 5 inches high.
Ooh, yep, exactly.
Eventually, a hall monitor just comes by. Excuse me, can I help you with something?
Yes, I would like to know what the statue is.
Oh, the statue is an emblazed emblem of our school. It represents strength through prosperity and virtue.
Okay,
It's a symbol.
I like two of those words. Would you say this school is very strong and prosperous?
I would think so. It's one of the vocational schools, true, but it is part of the main branch school, and that school itself is quite strong and powerful. Often than not, we bring people here to educate them and train them on their natural talents and make sure that they're able to prosper beyond the point of education and into the workforce and/or lives they lead.
Well, is there anything I can do here to get more powerful?
It depends on what your natural talents are. It doesn't have to involve magic, but
Really strong.
Oh, really strong.
Power magic. It's located mainly in the muscle fibers.
Oh,
of my...
what I mean to say, it doesn't have to just involve magic. We also train those in non-magical skill sets. I mean, no offense by that. To enhance that property with magic itself. If you're not able to do so, that's perfectly fine. We, at times, use devices to compensate for that. Let's see here. Strength. Then you would want... I think they're in session right now. She points towards... where is the door to this classroom? Oh, it's quite literally next to you. She points towards this classroom. Then you would want the classroom to your right then. Right now, two groups of students are working with their, what I believe are battle masters.
Tempest, since you don't know any magic, you might want to go there. I will accompany you, though.
Again, looks towards Tempest. Miss Tempest, you don't have to learn any or know any magic. It would just help and advance your skills a little faster.
Do you have any classes on magic that comes from other sources, like blood magic?
Oh, yes. Let's see here. I believe right now... Looking through my notes. Yes, I believe right now Sir Richard is going through the properties and skills of magic gained through non-colloquial means, meaning like through patrons and the like, or through curses and blood rituals and the like as well. You can find them to the left, 2 doors forwards. Oops, I moved her instead of giving you the icon for it. 2 doors forwards.
Thank you.
Of course.
Becky, do you want to go and learn about some blood magic?
Blood
Really
magic.
cool.
I hear I can get stronger in here, but blood magic.
Yes.
That sounds disgusting.
If you'd like to study upon anything, there is also the library in the backyard area. If, normal classrooms aren't your thing, there is also a value in self-study.
I've never been to a library, but people say it can strengthen my mind. And sometimes they say it's like push-ups for my brain, and that is very intriguing to me.
Yes, and sometimes it's more push-ups than you can handle, but you push and persevere through.
That sounds impossible.
Okay. May I have the name of your party, by the way? I don't recognize you as current students.
My party's name is Becky's group of ragtag individuals, plus Becky.
Looks through like a sheaf of papers and goes, I don't have any of that here. Are you part of Miss Ava's group, part of Sir Jonathan's group, Sir Gustav's group, or Miss Leia's group?
We're with Ava's group.
Oh, of course.
They must. Oh, Oh, they must have got the name wrong.
Yes, here.
Becky
She is being accompanied by a gaggle of classmates. You must be them.
Yeah, that's us.
Of course. She gives you 2 visitors pins. Wear them if you want. You don't have to. And then she simply states, "Take care now. If you need any more advice, just simply look for a hall monitor." And she begins to walk away.
Well, I'm gonna go check out this room over here for strength that I don't need. And then I'm gonna go to the library and do push-ups.
So
I'll
you
come
guys,
with you.
Okay.
Battlemaster it is.
Oh wait, I would have actually gone to the class that would teach me about some blood magic.
Battlemaster / blood ritual it is. I'm gonna go with Battlemaster first. Becky, after entering the area, you do see two groups of students being lined up and propped with weapons and the like. The 2 Battlemasters that's currently training them, the first person to the north is a more or less dwarven woman with onyx amber hair, as well as darker skin tone, while the other one seems to carry a more blue tone to them, because apparently their clothing and hair are both blue, with a paler complexion to them. She carries a longsword, while the other one carries a battle axe. And then when you step inside, the one with the battle axe simply states, "Excuse me, miss, can I help you with something?"
You look strong. Could we be sisters?
Only if you were about 4 feet shorter.
You are 4 feet taller.
I like this one. Looks towards her other mentor. Until, what do you think? Is she a student? Becky, did you put the visitor's badge on?
Yes, I stuck it in my arm.
Well, visitors are more than welcome here, I suppose. Sure. Would you like to take her, or should I? Looks towards you and the Battlemaster Adam. Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. Adam looks towards you and then states, "So what it would be, kid? You want to go with strength and vigor, or you want to go with dexterity and skill?"
Dexterity? No. Strength.
Dexterity
is for small-armed individuals.
Till looks offended. But that's fine. You move over towards Adam's group. And then states, "Very good, kid." Looks towards Till and then states, "All right, then. The first thing we want to do is make sure that each of us have a good battle stance and ready prepared." Each of the kids begin to go and move into a battle stance. Becky, I want you to go ahead and roll athletics or acrobatics to get you in the right groove set of how you want your body prepped up before a fight. Acrobatics if you want to use dexterity, which is Till's group, or athletics to use your strength, which is honestly the group you decided to go in. Yeah, not bad. You present yourself more like a wall of impenetrable stone rather than a river moving like a gust of wind. So looking at this, Adam approves. With the rest of her students, they have like a +1 modifier, so I'm just going to roll. Oh, all but one of them are good to go. One of them just kind of trips and lands on their face, and gets back up. Adam then goes, "Good first try. We're gonna work on that." She brings them back up, puts them in a right aligned position so they're able to take a blow. Till looks at her students, and yeah, they did okay, but not great. Not as impressive as the strength group. Maybe they got intimidated by Becky and the others, but the other ones were just fine. But then she does state, "All right then, it does seem that all of you are already okay. Now then, what you want to do is make sure, now that you have your stance, set up.
Battle stance activated.
You want to be able to actually throw a good punch, a good swing down. So this time I want you to use anything you have to swing into the ground and create enough pressure to cause it to crack.
Okay.
This will involve an attack roll. And the better you do in this stance, the more likely you'll be able to get something.
Oh no, my rolls.
Because she is conditioning your body to grow a lot faster and more rapidly.
Oh, cool. So just roll attack.
Yes.
Hold on, my thing keeps disappearing. Where are you? Found you.
The entire group did except for like this student. Yeah. So the I guess the farthest student towards Till and Becky are like the best ones so far. Immediately, your group did great on stances, but swings down and cracking the ground like in half, not so much. Till's group was able to pierce inside, but did really nothing, except for the closest one to Till, where she just simply stabbed in all the way down to the hilt. Looking at this, Becky, you're like, yeah, I got this. This college student, they got nothing. They got nothing. So immediately you swing down and crack nothing. You don't hit the ground. Rather, you accidentally hit a stone roughly around 1 by 1 foot and then just sever it in half. You didn't mean to do it, but you showed more strength than a simple plotted land that you would be able to cut in. So looking at this, Adam then states, that's what I'm talking about. If you want, I can go on one-on-one to train you, kid. Until looks towards this random student that succeeded twice. And if you'd like, I can train you in more practical arts, a little bit more refined. Adam then states, is that a challenge? More or less, yes. My student versus yours. At the end of the day, what say you? Adam then looks towards you, Becky. What do you say, kid? You want to learn a little bit more, get a little harder, and see how well you do against the swift of wind?
Yes, I would actually like to learn more, but I'd like to also speak to the children. Children,
they're like
I recommend
18 through 20, but sure.
Children, I recommend that you live on the streets and die on the streets. And on the streets, you do biceps and you curl cats until they're too light, and then you curl dogs. And when they're too light, you curl bodies. And then you're able to kill things like me, Becky. Becky the Strong, the leader of this group that I walked in here with.
Becky roll
which is
persuasion.
currently on a mission. That is Becky's speech.
Becky roll persuasion.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You didn't convince anyone to just like abandon the school and go live on the street. They thought it was a good speech, definitely inspirational, but no one's gonna take that to heart.
I still believe that it was inspirational.
It was, but two of the students you're speaking with are coming from rich noble families, and the other one is more or less lower middle class. So no one's ready to just go ahead and hop aboard the wagon train. But going towards blood ritual. Tempest, you're able to enter inside without too much of an issue, and standing before you are a bunch of students. Apparently, this is a very highly regarded class. Ava technically is still in the druid class. So when you hop in, the practitioner, I'm going to say teacher. The teacher looks towards you. Can I help you, miss?
Yeah, I was told that this was the room to work on blood magic.
Yes, the arts involving far beyond normal means. If you like, you're more than welcome to stand. Looks at the seating arrangement. Stand and learn if you care for it.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I'll stand in the corner. That's fine.
I'll make sure that a seating arrangement is prepared for you tomorrow, if you'd like. But for now, we will have to carry on. Now then, that actually does bring up a good point. We were just talking about patron work and how and what cost involves that, but let's move over towards blood magic. It seems a good and fruitful time, I suppose. One of the I'm going to say it's the one in front, because obviously it'd be the one in front. One of the more goody two-shoes students then goes, Teacher, we were talking about how patrons worked with and helped us out. Why do we have to go to blood magic? I mean, they just got here. Shouldn't she, go through everything we did, like on her own time? Why do we have to deal with her? Young student, what's your name? Jonathan? Young Jonathan. Shut up, kid. I know you're rich. I really don't care. My classroom. Deal with it. Immediately shuts him up, because no one ever told him to shut up.
Like this guy.
Now, blood magic. Depending on the type of magic or blood rituals that have been encumbered by everything, it could involve up to 3 different things. One is your own magical properties being altered by a ritual itself. Another is your blood itself has been tampered with and adjusted alternatively in that regard. And the third one is you practicing the blood magic itself and drawing forth power through life itself. In the same sense how clerics and what are their names? Necromancy magicians use. But in a completely different way. Looks towards you, Tempest. You seem to be interested in this. Tell me, what exactly or what topic were you looking at this beforehand?
Well, it's a new skill, so I don't really know where it comes from, but I want to learn more about it.
Oh, very well then. If you don't mind non-practitioner skills, but more intellectual ones, you're more than welcome to sit in. So, Tempest. This is more general learning of blood magic rituals and the like. This is not like teaching you how to use blood magic, but able to identify it, looking through it, and stuff like that. If you find it, you're able to know this is blood magic. If you don't find it, you might be able to study on it if you have the proper textbooks or library in the back. Those are things that can definitely help out. This itself will help out and give you immediately blood magic and tell what it is, out on the field. But it won't teach you how to use it. But it will help you to identify it and help along the teaching course of action.
That's fine. I'll hang out and just learn.
Okay. Deciding to learn and going through the motions and stuff like that. He does teach you how to spot blood magic, how to know the symbols and sigils. Sometimes they're ingrained on the body, other times they're ingrained within the blood work itself. He talks about how a type of blood magic itself is lycanthropy, the process of having the cells divide and change in a mutational way, where you and your body become that of a lycanthrope. Often lycanthropes can change from species to species, or they can look differently. Some lycanthropes are were-rats, others are were-wolves, others are were-bears, and this time it's weird. He doesn't immediately say vampires don't exist, and he instead states, and it's quite rare, and more often than not, it's hard to find them, but there are cases of vampires out there. Not that many, to be precise. In fact, many often believe that they are 1 in 1 million. Often than not, though, they die with not understanding what they are. When they change or are turned, there is a rare genetic mutation where it allows them to become a vampire. They usually don't know it, and they become feral. And due to the fact that they become feral, they often than not stay in the sunlight and don't understand what's going on, and unfortunately die during that process. So, more than not, there are very, very few indications of vampires actually being in this world and surviving for so long. But in theory, they could outlive most of us, even the elves, even other species. quite rare, but a possibility nonetheless. And then they continue on with their speech. Tempest, this is a class you can take up to your lunch break because then it shifts. But you don't have to take it the entire day if you don't want to. So you can learn something else. But after the course and topic at hand, you are able to roll to spot blood magic, roll to spot potentially lycanthropy, and maybe roll to spot and see if Micah truly is a vampire.
Interesting.
But you have the basics down for blood magic, so if you decide to go out and learn it, you'd be learning it faster than most other people.
Cool.
And Ray.
Yes.
I think you're on the right one. Yes, you are. Ray went to the least interesting one because there's only 3 people here. Entering inside, you do see 3 students immediately look towards you. It's that thing where a student comes in at the very everyone that's here is supposed to be here, so it's oh, wrong classroom, and then nope, they're supposed to be here, they're just super late. The teacher just looks towards you, harumphed, and goes, "If you're gonna come in, come in."
Of course. Excuse me.
All right. Says here I'm only supposed to have 3 students today, but whatever, I can do 4. What's your name, kid?
Ray. And also not a kid.
I don't care. Let's see here. Attendance. I don't have a Ray here. You a visiting student?
Yeah.
Ray, roll deception.
Oh no, he would know that's a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah?
If he said it more yeah. Probably persuasion, but no, the way he said it, more like deception.
Yeah, no, I fail.
I mean, you can roll.
Yeah, no, Ray fails.
Okay. Vorn just looks towards you. 10 minutes pass by when he goes and looks for someone to talk with. He just tells you to stay here. 10 minutes after that, he comes back. You... Alright. Some guy vouched for you. You're gonna go.
Yes, from the king. Yes.
I don't care.
Oh.
Just don't want to teach someone that doesn't, deserve it. Alright then, before we were rudely interrupted, how to deal and process blood ritual sacrifices. Another goody two-shoes student looks by and looks towards Ray. Teacher, shouldn't we get this one informed before they begin to learn the process? I mean, I don't know about you, but we really should go over the topics at hand. I mean, they probably don't know anything. No offense.
Oh honey. I've been in many battlefields already, and I am a pretty well-known medic, especially in this town.
Ray, roll deception. This is a different town.
Oh, it's a completely different town? I thought it was just on the outskirts.
It's an outskirt town, but it's not like you are...
okay, then I would say Isle. Oh, then I would say Isle.
Okay, roll persuasion, I guess. Not that great.
Yeah.
He is more or less lower rich. I'm gonna say lower rich because he's not super rich. Student. So he's impressed more or less, but not good enough to be impressing your teacher. So Vorn simply states, "Look, kid, I get that. Obviously they're dumb. We're gonna have to push through it. Learn how much you can, and then go into the library and learn more."
Ray will pull out the really sharp dagger. I mean, I can, kill him and show you that I know even Revivify.
Anyone in a great aunt can learn Revivify, kid. It's a clerical magical spell that the gods can give you. Here we're working with anti-magic. Here we're working with killing people, reviving them through the process of blood ritual. through the sacrifice of souls and through the incarnation and decapitation of the very core of their essence themselves. If you want clerical magic, go to the North Wing.
I'll see where this goes. I slowly put the knife away.
Being told off by the teacher. Vorn then looks towards you. Alright then. The process of the magic is very intricate and very useful, but the process is very annoying. In order to bypass most of these, we go into the process known as necromancy. Is using the very core essence of life itself and twisting it and mutating it into something new. And in order to do that, we need a fresh body and kill. They removed the map that was it's not revealing anything, it's basically just revealing a box. But afterwards, they bring out from that box, what's the least thing I want to kill? A boar. A wild boar that was probably hunted down sometime this morning, and throws it on the table. The blood splatters on the students and Ray. He casts prestidigitation, so the students are no longer dirty. Ray doesn't care about you, so clean yourself however you want.
Ray will heat the armor to where the blood boils off.
Okay. I don't know if that would stain it or boil it, but I'm gonna say it boils it away.
Well, it'll boil it so it's not wet.
Yeah. It's fine. Ray, you heat it up so it just falls off. That's fine. Or flakes off. I'm gonna say it flakes off because I don't really know. Vern just continues on the process and topic at hand. Alright then, the first one that wants to do it, go ahead and use Arcanic Knowledge to imbue and imbibe the soul that has left this body and warp it back into it. You want to really shove your hands in there, and I really mean shove your hands in there.
Ray will just step up, and because Ray's been, Ray's not good at magic, but Ray is good at, actual medicine. And so is so used to, sticking her hands into bodies, which just oh, okay. And we'll just...
Yes, you're good at medicine. The problem in this is arcanic.
No, I know, but the whole oh, you have to shove your hand in there. Ray would be oh yeah, no, that's nothing.
Yeah, that's fair. Other than the middle student, they were about to ready to jump in there. Now Ray just pushes him to the side and shoves your hand in there. Oh, nice. Putting your hand in, you begin to cause and call for magic.
And then hand in that one.
Yeah, you're basically using your magic to cellularly divide the cells in the body that has already been dead and decaying. You're causing them to divide to heal the basic wound that this animal has, and you keep pulling your arm out until the wound is completely healed. It's quite impressive. Even Vern stops for a moment to harass his student / you, Ray, and nods. All right then. The next process is to make sure that the soul is back and ingrained into it. Normal animal generally don't have that hard of a soul to recall and reforge into the body. Getting harder with bunnies, rabbits, rats, and then there's the lesser species like halflings, humanoid creatures. You understand. The drow. Turns out this guy's racist. Speciesist. It's neither here or there. Anyways.
Who could have guessed?
Vernon states, alright then. I want you this time to use... Ironically enough, it does involve religion. So, he then states, I want you to go ahead and use religion to call the soul back to the body.
Fuck.
He would say it a different way, but in this stance, you are basically grabbing onto the soul and bringing it back into the mortal coil. Not bad.
I call upon the new old god that will be coming back. It's coming back real soon. Real soon.
Real soon. You look it upon yourself and then call out for this spirit, creature's animal, basic soul. Before, I'm going to say we cut to a different place of existence. If you've ever seen the movie Soul, they're the souls are lining up to go where their heaven or hell is, and Ray like jumps in there and steals the pig's soul away, and then goes back into the world of the living and like pushes it in the body itself. They just push it in. After a short while, the pig begins to, well, boar. I'm gonna stay pig though. The pig begins to breathe lightly, and then Vorn states, "All right then, dabbling where no normal man should dabble beforehand. I like you, kid."
Oh, thanks. Are we gonna have practical on like just nudges towards the cocky student?
Killing off people that are useless. I like you even more, kid.
Oh, thanks.
Nah, no problem.
Well, we wouldn't. I mean, we could kill him, but we would bring him back.
Of course. Of course. Some of the other students are hesitant to try again. Vorn, in the meantime, like stabs into the boar and does damage again, excessively killing it off again. Now then, other students, who's ready to go? Like, immediately hesitant. The middle student, the woman, because she is 18 to 25. Honestly, you can be 18 plus over whatever. It really doesn't matter. In this school, this is technically a college. Yeah. Whenever you decide to learn, you learn. But this more or less 22-year-old, I'm gonna say ASMR, however you want to say it. Begins to move forwards and states, I'll have a go at it. Are you sure you don't have a strong stomach for it? I mean, I know how females can be. And, well, I don't want you to complain to the dean about, accidentally throwing up in class. Are you sure you don't want to go to the next classroom where they're learning natural magic? I'm sure you can create a weave.
Oh no. Oh, well, yeah.
Ray are actually doing that.
Yep.
Ray, you have disadvantage on your next couple of checks. He's also sexist. Surprise, surprise. Okay. Over the course of studying and learning, Micah does learn their thing. Probably. We'll get more on Micah later. Ray, you were so close.
But also, did any of the other students succeed in bringing it back?
I will roll for them now.
Because Ray would do something.
Yes, the one he made fun of did succeed.
Vaughn, I got this. In between when it comes back, and Ray will just pull out the knife and just stab the pig before Vaughn can. But because of Ray's medical knowledge, we'll aim for a artery. So it bleeds a lot, and then Ray sits there as the blood just goes over and it boils off. There you go. And just, I've never done something like that. It looked and then just wipes the blood off the blade and puts it away.
Well, I wasn't asking for your assistance, miss.
What can you do?
I suppose you're one of those unruly types that ask their dad to come here. I understand.
Oh, no, it was the actual king.
Sure. Doesn't believe you. And if he does, doesn't really care. Unfortunately, this man is sexist. Over the course of time, the lunch time does come here and there. So, Becky, Dan, and Ray, and Tempest, do you guys meet back up at the statue?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, Tempest. Oh, nope. People are moving themselves before I can move them. Eventually, after lunchtime, once you acquire lunchtime, you all meet back in the area. Well, you first departed away from each other. no one went to the library. But you're on lunchtime right now, so you can technically still go. Regrouping without too much of an issue. The other students like move here and there, but basically ignoring you unless you decide to interact with them.
Oh. How's everyone else's training going?
I
My
can now
muscles-
walk on water and swim in water and
I
breathe
can-
both above and below water.
I can do those.
Becky, guess what?
What?
I killed my first thing.
I don't believe you.
I did. It was a boar, but you know,
Oh,
it's okay.
Well-
I brought it back. It's still alive, but I did kill it.
You bring back my family?
can you?
Maybe.
Holds ashes out.
Ray, knowing that it's useless, will still try and try to find the fish's souls.
It's a lot of things.
You
It's
can
graveyard dirt, so
like
But here's the thing: isn't that not the fish's ashes?
there's
Isn't that
some
just
bits of
dirt
fish in there.
from the
but
grave?
no,
like
there's
there might
a
be some
graveyard- It's 99% graveyard dirt.
there might
Yeah,
be
but
some
it's-
fish flakes, but most of it is just graveyard dirt. Dan is correct. So when you try, there's like nothing really to call back. You grab onto something and like drag it in, and some of the dirt in Dan's hands do like move, but
bonk.
then it like basically dissipates and nothing happens.
Dan, are you sure that's the fish?
Well, I put my family in one of my pockets. I think.
Did it feel like a small creature's soul?
It felt like maybe a rat soul or something along that line.
I think you're. Ray will
I
look
felt my family.
look
Felt them in
closer.
my hand.
And will notice that it's just mainly dirt.
It's mainly dirt. There's like some fish scales on there, but the biggest amount of organic matter on there is like the very tip of a rat tail.
And there's more rats and dirt than your family in your hand.
Yeah, well, yeah, the moss pants have holes in them, so I just fill my family back up when it gets low.
What do you mean by
That makes sense.
Wait, what? How does that make sense?
It does.
I've got to keep the pocket full or I'll lose my family, so when it gets low, I put more family back in.
It sounds very convincing.
The same hallway monitor does come by. Oh, you're still here and you've made friends. Congratulations. Do you need anything? It's lunch hour, so you're more than welcome to do so whatever you may.
Hello.
Library?
Oh, hello. My name
Library.
is Ray.
Oh, yes. Looks towards you, Ray. Pleasure to meet you. But then continues on, not being shaken by any of this. You go outside, and then you go all the way around the main building, and in the north section is the library.
I'm gonna stop by one more class before, lunch is over.
Well, you have the day to study. I mean, good for you on initiative, but I don't believe any classes are currently in session.
I'll meet you there. It'll only take like 5 minutes. I just wanted to meet with the professor.
Of course. Looks towards you guys. May I direct you to the
Whoa.
library?
Got lost. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Bringing everyone except for Ray to the library, I guess.
Yeah, it'll only take like 5 minutes.
Says Ray. Eventually, you do get to the library without too much of an issue, and the hallway monitor does direct you towards the library. Librarian. This here-
Liborian.
librarian.
Librarian.
Librarian. This here is Zahn. she may assist you with any questions you may have. Zahn, is it perfectly alright to leave them here with you? I guess. Come, Zahn, it is lunchtime. You're more than welcome to walk around if you don't want to be here. Don't really have anything else to do, and this is how I am paying for tuition. I suppose that's more than fair. Please make sure to rest whenever you can. Right. And the Holy Wonder leaves you to it. So, what can I help you with?
A cookbook on intelligent potions.
That's not a cookbook.
Well, if I had that book, maybe I could say it correctly.
Are you wanting to use some type of book to gain knowledge on how to make potions?
Yes, that could make me smarter.
That's more alchemy than cookbook. Points towards this bookshelf.
Alchemy, please. Yes. Alchemy me, please. Thank you.
Mhm.
I will alchemy me.
The rest of you.
Yes.
What type of race is a librarian?
Half orc.
I've never heard of it.
Gross.
Says the half fish man. Zahn
Find
himself
everything that's not
stands
human
at.
gross.
Zahn himself stands at a 5'5" tall. She's not tall, but it's weird. She's like pretty short for an orc and a human combined. So she doesn't really stand with anyone. She's more or less has the complexion of a human, but the characteristics of an orc. So she doesn't really look like an orc, look like a human. She stands out wherever she goes. So she does look pretty. But if like humans aren't your thing, or if orcs aren't your thing,
Well, I have a question.
yeah.
Librarian Zahn.
Zahn, but okay.
On? I'm trying to read the name tag. Zorn.
Z-O-N? Zahn.
Zoin? Zahn?
It's fine. You can just call me the librarian. I really don't care.
Miss Librarian.
Yeah.
Keeper of books.
Okay.
I am here to expand my mind and lift it. How do I lift things? To work out the muscle of my brain.
You study something?
Well, here's my question. I have been hearing from my group, or my underlings, about gods, demons, and people who are supposedly stronger than me. And if I wanted to learn about those, since I'd want to maybe talk to one, since some people say it's impossible, and nothing's impossible for me, Becky. I go on and enlist all of my accomplishments.
Okay. Have a break later. No, it's fine. Have a lunch break later. Is on the state. Are you trying to make a pact or just speak with them?
What's a pact?
Some warlock thing you can do.
Does that require... Is that a magic thing?
Yeah, more or less.
I am very powerful at magic.
Yeah, they basically give you magic, and you can communicate with your prospective patron.
Wait. I'm going to lean in very close so no one else can hear. And be like, did you say give me magic?
They can.
Well, I'm definitely not interested in that. But if I was, where would I read about that?
Points towards the bookshelf to the middle.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. It all depends on who you're able to call or summon. The stronger
What?
you can... Yeah, the stronger person you can summon, the greater the potential gifts they can give you.
Ooh, okay. Can this be done anywhere? Have you done this?
Not yet. I'm more of a sorcerer, wizard kind of person.
Okay. See, I've never met someone who has, or was trustworthy. I didn't believe the last person that said they did it. They were too weak, small-armed.
They bring
Okay.
out what appears to be a small ledger book, and then looks through it, flips through a few of them, and goes, let's see here. There are a few people you can probably speak with in this academy if you want to learn more about this.
Ooh,
There's currently a person that's coming by today, Princess Vera of the Kingdom of Isle. She's technically a warlock slash wizard. The other person is the what are their name here? The teacher known as Cone. He's currently teaching a class after lunch break. It's in the druid classroom though.
oh, well, thank you. I'm gonna go read lift books. Read books?
Yeah,
Oh.
read. Whatever. I don't care. Just don't eat them.
I begin to read, but at the same time lift books.
Okay. Don looks towards everyone else. Anyone else?
I would probably get there by the time people have gone through this, by the way.
Do you have a section on gods, their nature, and like the history of what they have or have not done, and who it may or may not have harmed?
Are you talking about philosophy or historical context?
History.
Points towards the shelf south of Becky.
Hey, Ray, I found your section.
Ray is currently not here. Will arrive as soon as... I'm going to say Ray's there eventually. Tempest then says, "Hey, Ray, I found your section."
Also,
we'll get
Ray
Ray's
was...
thing.
Yeah. Ray does something really good.
Yeah.
Good character. Ray's a good character. Real moral good.
And then Tempest... and then Zon looks towards Tempest. And you want to learn anything or study something to train your brain real big? Or whatever it looks at Becky,
No,
like
I'm not-
deadlifting 5 books. Whatever
She's cute,
doing.
right? She's cute.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Do you have where's your hemocraft section?
My what?
Hemocraft.
What
Blood
do you-
magic.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I think that's involving the blood arts, so that goes with... Oh, it goes with that professor's books. All right. That's technically private study stuff, but I can bring some for you, and you can, learn it over here.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Sure. Looks towards Nara, Quinn, and Micah. They doing their own thing. While Becky deadlifts a few books. We will get back to this, but I want to see what Ray may or may not destroy.
Yes.
Ray will go back to outside the room, and I'd assume the other students have cleared out for lunch break.
Yes.
You?
They do not want to stay there more
Okay.
than they have to.
Ray will crack the door and look inside.
Can I help you?
Ray would try to do it sneakily.
Roll sleight of hand.
Well,
Uh,
some things that Ray are bad at.
Ray, you're next to the door and go all right, gotta do this sneakily. Begin to move it and it makes some noise. So in order to compensate for this, you decide to make your own noise to maybe drown out this noise, which you do. But that's having the opposite effect. So you're just moving it and you hear the so you go to try to block it. So Vern just looks towards you. Can I help you?
It's nothing. I was just, I was thinking. I felt like I did pretty good, but you didn't seem impressed at the end. I was thinking, ooh, maybe there'd be something that I could do to impress you. Maybe something bigger.
Look it. You seem nice. I ain't gonna do that with a student, alright? No offense to
no.
you. Ain't my
Yeah,
type.
I have other.
If you have
know what,
money, have rich
no,
parents, we
but
might be able to work something out.
No,
But I ain't about to have favors being done for me.
Do you know that one student? You know what? I'll surprise you. I'll surprise you.
I thought you were hitting on him.
Yep. Ray will head to the library, very focused.
Honestly, I wanted to see where that was going. Obviously, you weren't hitting on him, but I wanted to see
Oh.
what you were actually doing.
Oh,
How did I
Ray's
get back
gonna
here? Whoa.
impress him with something bigger.
Okay, I don't know if that's a good
With that
phrasing for things.
that other student. I will head to. Excuse me, are you the librarian?
Yes, we've been over this before.
I just got here. Necromancy section.
That involves the dark arts.
Yes,
Section
I'm
to the left.
looking Yeah, okay. Do you know a good specific book on raising the dead of a humanoid?
Dark art section again?
I know. I was wondering if you knew of a specific book.
It's not something I
in the
study,
dark
miss.
Oh, I just thought, a librarian.
Yeah. Temp.
Ray will be focused and look specifically for a book on necromancy of humanoid.
Okay. Now that everyone has decided to veer off into separate subjects again, no one's staying as a group. I'm gonna say Nara and Micah stay as a group. Quinn helps. Becky. Oops. Becky. Looking towards the information that you have on topic at hand and looking through everything you're looking for, what exactly is Becky trying to do?
I'm looking for gods, demons, anyone who can get me wealthier, or might like to make a deal.
Looking through some books and looking through it all, she did direct you towards the Warlock section to see how and what you can do with this. And you do find a few books here and there. I want you to go ahead and roll intelligence. I'm going to go with investigation to find one that meets more of your needs.
And intelligence?
No, that's still a 0 no matter what, so that'd be a 10.
Cool.
You do find someone that is a practitioner of, like, war and things like that. You find one individual known as Bane. Bane was the god of tyrannical oppression, terror, hate, all over the area, as the face of pure evil through malevolent despotism. They themselves garner and harbor a lot of destructive properties to them. They are known as Bane, the Black Lord.
That sounds powerful. But I'm also okay.
Their portfolio, or what they are basically worshipped for, is tyranny, ambition, and control.
Cool.
Do you try to, like, speak with them?
Or
do you continue to look through?
I'm going to continue to look through, because I think I would talk to someone first, because I don't understand how to talk to them yet.
Okay. I want to give you 2 other names now. Another one you find is named Tyr. Tyr. Tyr is considered a lawful good creator god of law, justice within the Pantheon. He was the leader of the cultation of deities known as the Triad. They themselves are a god of justice. Well, their title is the god of justice, the even-handed. Let's see here. They are considered a lawful good deity, and their domains, or what they're worshipped for, is order and war.
Yeah.
And another one you find is Bahamut. Bahamut is a dragon god of justice, subservient deity to Torn, god of law. Before entering into the pantheon, he was a member of the Draconic Pantheon as a deity of good dragons, metallic dragons to be precise. His title is known as Angel of Seven Heavens, and his alignment is lawful good. What he's worshipped for, what he symbolizes, is life and war.
Okay.
And that's what you find with a 10.
Thank you.
You might be able to speak with them if you have the right thing to do. So if you find someone that knows how to work with basically creating a pact with something or someone else, you might be able to do that. Becky, currently you are not able to do that on your own. But Zahn did tell you 2 people who could help you on that endeavor.
Okay.
And Dan, you went through the alchemy section of the library.
Yes.
Now, looking through the extensive notes and information, you did find a few potions that could increase intelligence for a temporary amount of time. The ingredients involved with it are pretty expensive, but it's possible to buy them. That being said, though, you would need and require the skills of a medical expert and an alchemist. So you would need to be proficient in medicine, as well as Arcana.
Yes.
Are you?
Probably not.
You would need like the little check mark in the box.
Yes, I'm definitely not.
This is a skill that you currently aren't trained for, but if you do learn these 2 skill sets, you would be able to do it.
Nice. I will tear the page out of the book and keep it.
You vandalize the book and gonna have to make Zahn do work. Zahn just comes over because that's no way of hiding that. She just slaps you in the face, takes the paper, puts it down on the desk, writes the information, and then hands that piece of paper over towards you, and then puts that piece of paper in the book and casts presentation. Mending, thank you, me. It only took 3 tries to mend the paper back in the book. You can write things down. Don't rip things out of books.
I appreciate that you think I can write. Thank you.
Looks at you wondering why you're in the library.
I can read. Kind of.
Questions? You now have an information. You just need the skill set to learn.
Good to know.
Tempest. Blood magic. I don't know why you're following this line. Well, technically I do, but I don't know why you're following it further. What if there's anything specific you're looking for?
Where it comes from, what its limits are, like what's the most people have been known to be able to do with it. Is it inherently good or evil? Things like that.
Yeah. Over the course of information and looking through it, you can tell that blood magic itself is not inherently evil. It just is an inherently different type of way to use magic. Often than not, magic is involved with life itself and the essence of it. So a living being would have that magic. And blood magic is usually drawing out or changing the course of magic within that bloodwork system. That would involve and make sense as some people turn into werewolves to use that magic. Others make blades out of magic. Sorry, make blood blades out of changing that adaptation. And others hone in and use bloodwork itself to make rituals or to tag someone and basically make them their prior target. Ultimately, they're not exactly good or evil, but more in line, the people that do learn this skirt around not nice people. That being said, it is not evil, but depends on how you use it. And unfortunately, a good amount of practitioners are, well, they're not nice.
out of game though, that's the same with necromancy though, right?
That's the same with
In the
necromancy.
universe.
Yes.
Yeah.
It all depends on how you use it.
Yeah.
Looking at it, Tempest, you can tell that there's various assortment of ways to use it. As mentioned beforehand, some people use blades. You do know of one traveling, not necromancer, one traveling blood magician known as Jean Luc. They themselves go and perform blood magic rituals to adoring fans because they're basically a jester that uses the blood work magic they have to perform and do all sorts of tricks. It's weird, but it's a good performance, but it's weird. It's one of those niche things that if you're into it, you're into it. But looking at it, you can tell that there's a few other tricks you can learn. The easiest one, potentially, is to learn the more or less spell known as blood reading. Basically, you weave dark magic to pull information out of at least 1 ounce of blood, which spells consumes the material component. This blood, basically, it's a spell you learn. I'm not going to read through it. It's known as blood reading. It's one of the things you can learn if you practice hard enough. And you do have blood and components you can use, so, if you want to learn it, you can.
And anything about where it comes from or like its origin?
I want you to go ahead and roll investigation.
Sorry, I'm having to
No problem.
navigate back through my character sheet.
Oh, I just remembered that I have magic school music. That's not terrible, but that's not great. There are a variety of things that people believe that blood magic comes from. Some believe that it is an undrained, dark, demonic entity that made a deal with the devil that used this magic to grow in their own power and source, as other things like gods and things like that weren't enough to sustain this person, to keep him alive or things like that. Others believe that someone became and drew in this source using more alchemical processes, basically bloodletting a demon and using that blood to create more facets of magic, creating artifacts and items, and using the symbol of blood to gain more skill sets. This grew on a darker path and then later on went to humanoids rather than demons, devils, and beasts. It's not a precise origin. It's more like eventually people group together after a good amount of people learn magic from various other sources, and eventually the class or the classification of blood magic became one. There's no true origin rather than an amount or a handful of them that came together that then became blood magic.
Okay, thanks.
And Ray, going to the dark arts.
Yes.
What are you attempting to do?
Oh, 100% trying to find out how to do what I just did to a boar, but on a humanoid.
Okay, sitting up before class starts. I guess. I want you to go ahead and roll an investigation. Looking through the books, you do find one that does pertain to humanoid experimentation and or practical life skill sets on bringing someone to a practical life skill. It's a weird way of phrasing it, but you eventually pick it out of the assortment of books here and there. And you do find a topic or a page that does read ritualistic magic based on properties of life and or humanoid properties, injecting them with life essence itself once more. Do you try to learn it? I guess.
Oh yeah.
Let
Real
me-
speed run it. Needs to get back a little bit before the other students.
Man, that's gonna be tough. Go ahead and roll. This is gonna be involve intelligence.
Ray might not make it in time, but
Yeah. Go
Ray
ahead
would
and
try
roll
though.
an intelligence skill set that you believe would work in this case.
medicine.
Yeah, I can see
Okay.
medicine working.
Yeah.
If it's intelligence, I believe it
Oh,
is.
it's wisdom.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
it's
it is wisdom.
Would be a good Arcana, I guess.
Yeah, that could work. Honestly. Nice.
Wow.
Why is Ray good at this?
Like you take up your entire
Okay.
like a little bit
I don't know.
before your entire lunch break is over, but you take up that entire study session to learn and practice this skill. You now more or less you've trained in class. You've learned your own skill set. You've apparently are very good at this instead of natural healing or
Yeah.
celestial healing. You now have more or less revivify in your current domain. What that pertains is, well, you're not really using revivify as it normally is, rather than you're using it in a more unnatural way.
Tainted.
Yeah.
Revivify.
Let's see. I'm gonna see if your current level can learn this. Actually, you should be able to. Like, even as a one-time use. Yeah, revivify is one time. Is a third level spell. So you basically taught yourself, learned this, was taught by a very, in a different way, bad teacher. You now have the spell revivify.
Okay.
If you didn't already
Ray-
have it before.
I did have it, but it's like a dark version of it.
Yeah, you
does
no
this
longer.
version use diamonds still?
The way you've learned it, ironically enough, it does involve blood magic. The way you've learned it, it does, instead of a diamond, require the sacrifice of a life.
Dang. Is there a quantification of life? Like, can I kill
looking
a
at
fly?
it,
And
it involves not a fly, but like maybe a boar, a bear, a pig, a bunny.
man, I don't know if Ray would ever use that because Ray likes animals. And then Ray would get into
As
it.
you killed one the other earlier?
No, Ray revived it.
I think
And
Ray
let
would
it
justify
bleed out.
anything.
No,
At
Ray
this
would. No, Ray would not take a life to just leave it dead without trying.
Uh-huh.
So if Ray used this, Ray would literally get into a terrible circle of killing something to revive something to kill something to revive the thing
Yeah.
to kill something. So
Another way to you can tell though that you've trained enough in this that you've already have the skill set and you now know how to like make it work without the diamond. But another way to use it, I suppose, is Ray, I want you to go ahead and roll a d20 again. Like just a d20. Yeah. You've learned it with a good amount of skill set in a different way that you no longer need the total diamond, just maybe half of the diamond's current value.
Oh, okay, right. Guys, I have to go. I'm meeting one of the other students before class. I'll see you guys after the next session. Okay, I'll be back. And Ray runs off to try to get to the class before the other student.
Okay.